In this video, I'm going to show you how to edit the Word document. We'll start with a preferred customer flyer, and the process will be really similar for other documents. So we start on the Q drive, and we go into your employee folder. So we'll pick Barbara again, and we're going to pick, let's say she's talking with a real estate company. So you open up that file, and what you'll see is that I've protected it, so this is read-only, you can't change it. So open as read-only and we'll say yes. And then the first thing you want to do now is save it as the name of the company that you want. So we're going to go in and say File, Save As, and since we are using Ravis as an example, I'm going to go in and just select this part of it because I can use the rest of it, the preferred customer program. So I'm going to say Ravis preferred customer program. And if you're doing it for a particular Ravis office, it could be Ravis in Yorktown or Ravis in Waterbury. So you could even have more specific ones versus just general Ravis. So then we're going to click Save. And now we've got this as a new document, so we can go in and edit it. I don't want you editing your master documents that are in there, so that's why that's like the Weichert Realtors one that's in there. That's your master. You can't change it, but you can save it as something else. Now to change this document for this COI, nothing changes other than the logo and right here where it has the realtor name. So I'll show you how to do those two things. So first thing is just select the logo. So I just clicked on it, hit delete, and you see that this text moves up. Don't worry about that. And then we're going to say insert a picture. So we clicked on the insert window, the insert, and that gives us all these insert options. We're going to insert a picture. And we're going to go find it in your logos folder. So you got to go back to the Q drive, to your employees folder, to your particular folder, and to your logos. And here we have the Ravis logo. So we're going to click on that, and there it is. But what we know about this one is that the text is white, so it's not showing up on here. So this one's a little trickier. Normally, we would just go, resize it and stick it up there. Sometimes you have to go right click and say size and position, go to text wrapping and put it behind the text because you don't want it to be flowing around it. So for this one that's a little trickier, what we have to do is we're going to insert just a text box. Just a simple text box like this. And we're going to get rid of all the text that's in there. So you select that and delete it. Then we're also going to fill in the box with something that will highlight it. So I'm just going to pick blue. I hover my mouse until I get this cross arrows here. And I think that'll there we go. That gives me the fill option. So I'm going to fill it with let's say a light blue like that. Now watch what happens when I bring it over. I'm going to drag it over to where the Ravis logo is. And the Ravis logo is still back here. Sorry, this one's a little bit of a pain. I'll do an easier one. So the Ravis logo is here. What we have to do is right click on it, bring it to the front. So we're going to do size and position. Sorry. We're going to bring that in front of the text. And we're going to click the other box and send it to the back. So you have to fiddle around with it. If it's white, it's kind of a pain that way, but it ends up looking nice. So we're going to I'm grabbing the blue box and I'm going to move it up a little kind of line it up. So you see I'm holding my mouse button down and I'm dragging it around. And this, when you see the little bar, the little green line there, that just lines it up with the left margin. And then there's the top margin. So that'll just kind of position it nicely on the page. And then I got to go find my Ravis logo that's kind of floating around here until I bring it up. So you kind of want, do your best to center that. The other thing is the blue box. I might want to make it a little bit bigger, so you can go in and make it bigger if you want. But let's say we're good with that. We're happy with that. And then the other thing is you just go and click on the text in this box. So if we're over here, you just click on this box, then you go click and select that text. And so you could say, Ravis, or William Ravis Real Estate, or whatever you want to say there, and you edit that. The other thing that happened is this kind of popped up. So we're just going to put the cursor in front of it and just hit enter or return a couple times until it drops down and it looks a little bit nicer. And then you also want to just double check before you save it. It should all be on one page. If it goes on to a second page, you added too much space. So right now, this one's good, and I would probably tune this up. You can also move this over a little bit if you need to. So let's say I want to move that. Now that's in that corner, so it's got the same right and left spacing as the logo. And when you're done, you just say File, Save. Now you've got your document.